Hey everybody, welcome back to Highway B35. This is David, and today we caught a swarm. Oh boy, this is so awesome. Am just ecstatic at everything that happened. I can't wait for you guys to see it. But at any rate, I do want to go over a couple of things. We're going to do this video a little bit differently because during the original audio, we were just kind of talking amongst ourselves and trying to figure things out as we went along. A big learning curve, as you can imagine. So I'm going to narrate over top that. So it's just going to be a little bit different. I hope you guys like it. But before we get to the video, I do want to remind you to like the video, drop a comment down below, and subscribe if you haven't. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you won't miss any of the future videos. So without further ado, let's get to the swarm. All right into the action here. So we're going to try to scoop with that piece of cardboard, which honestly wasn't the best of ideas. So my dad's trying to be gentle there. And then there you go. I got it right in the head. So that, I can tell you, was a crazy sensation. Just knowing that I just had at least 100 or so bees just fall right on top of my head. And I was like, wow, I know they're gentle when they swarm, and there you go again, even more bees. And at that point, I was getting a little bit panicked. I was saying, "Oh, we're gonna get stung. Oh, we're gonna get stung." But one thing I love about swarms is you just see, look at all those bees flying everywhere. They're just, and that's not even all of them. I mean, you see both. They're everywhere in the air, but they're also just covering that branch there, right in the Y there. So I do want to say that we have this 5-frame nuke box that we're using. I've got about 4 frames in there, and I took a couple of blank frames, but I also put a frame that had some brood on it, some capped brood, as well as there was a little bit of food on there too, and that another frame had some resources on it as well. So there, I think my dad was sitting there, kind of peeking at it to try to see if any of the bees were going back down in there. We're discussing when they're actually gonna just start going in there on their own. I'm explaining to them that once we get the queen, that will happen, but it hasn't happened yet. So we're just gonna at this point, I'm hoping that maybe it has. I don't know. So I'm putting it down onto the ground. You can see, look at the bees on my head there. It's really funny. And my mom actually comments this as I'm sitting it down. Um, I'm really hoping at this point that we can sit the box down and maybe the bees will just start fanning and getting the other bees to follow. But of course, that doesn't really happen. So we're sitting there watching. Of course, you can see there's not a whole lot of bees in there yet. You can just see the frames. There I'm showing the distance between our our hives and the swarm, not very far at all. You saw my mom and my dad there. They're helping me out a lot this year. So yeah, not a whole lot there going on. So we're going to keep trying to do this over and over again, scooping bees out. So you're going to see us scooping bees and then sitting the hive down and kind of going back and forth. So here we are. I've gotten the box back up there. My dad's continuing to try to use that, but you can see where we've learned. We've turned the box around, so at least we've done that, and I'm not gonna get any big piles of bees on my head anymore. So that's good. I think my dad was pretty frustrated with the piece of cardboard. That wasn't the best of ideas, but again, uh, learning curves as they are. We were definitely learning a lot as we went along. Of course, you see a lot of swarms and videos of swarms of these guys just hanging down on low branches on bushes, and to where all you have to do is put a nice little box underneath and then grab the limb by the end and you just give it a nice shake, and then all the bees fall in the box, and then you're pretty much done. You can kind of look for the queen if you want to, but you don't have to. And of course, as you can see, we're 10 or 20 feet up in the air on a ladder. not the best of circumstances for our first swarm. So as you can see, again, just scraping it, trying to get the bees to come off. We're getting kind of frustrated, didn't know exactly what to do next. So, but we do progress, so stick with us, and I'm gonna show you a little bit more. Okay, so this part here, obviously I had my mom hand me my phone or the camera up to the branch so I could get a nice close-up for you guys. Just, again, I don't think it's a huge swarm, but again, this is a learning experience for us. Our first time doing it. It's, you know, really a rush. It's really excited to get hands on to this part of beekeeping. So I was trying to see if I could see the queen, maybe get her on video, but no luck there. So again, since I was already up there, I figured I'd take a turn at trying to scoop the bees. And as you can see, I've got the piece of cardboard up there, but I went ahead and just decided to use my hands. I wasn't quite as adventurous as some of the other more veteran beekeepers. You will see every day a video of someone just going up there, no veil, no gloves, and just going at it at their bare hands. But I'm still a little skittish of getting stung. I've only been stung a couple of times, but I'm kind of a whiny baby that way. Oh, there went a bunch of bees. I'm being careful. It was actually really cool to, even through the glove, you can feel them buzzing around in your hand, and you kind of just, you want to use, those are really nice gloves. I really like them. You can use your fingers to kind of get a nice little grip on them. I get a nice little handful here, so that's really cool. And I really enjoyed this part. And again, we're progressing and we're learning as we go. So that's been really cool. So yeah, we keep going a little bit there, but I'm kind of not having a lot of luck finding them. I think my mom at this point tells me to go back towards the other end of the branch here in just a second, and then I'll get a little bit more of a handful, and then we again our strategy so far was to get a few handfuls, put it down on the ground, see if they'll follow the rest of those bees down into the box. But as the video progresses, you can see that that's still not happening. So I think that we had, my dad took a little bit of a break. There's the big handful. Boom, right there into the box. So we keep doing this for a little while. I'm going to take a break talking, let you guys just watch a little bit.
David, if you can reach around on the back side of that branch, the bottom part, the bottom, back, right there. Don't fall. You got a bunch there.
All right, so here my dad has a turn again. I felt bad having him hold the box. He's not terribly old or anything. I just I wanted to be fair. So yeah, actually, I think at this point in the video, with one of these handfuls, my dad does actually get the queen. So here coming up, you will see what happens when you do get the queen, whenever you're able to kind of put the box down and just let the bees do their thing. It's kind of neat because it's like, which handful was it? Was it that one? Probably not a whole lot there, but he really gets a fair amount there. Yeah, I don't know. There are no words. It was This was a stressful experience, but I mean, look at that. Look at that. You can just see how few bees are on there from the beginning. There's hardly any on the bottom. Yeah, so here we go. At this point, I've closed the lid. I'm noticing that the bees are not staying on the branch anymore. There, I'm showing the lid being closed. And look at all the bees fanning. You've got like 2 up at the top, like 3 or 4 at least down at the bottom, and I think more and more are fanning all the time. So one thing that I really want you guys to see through this section here, we're coming close to the end, is I'm showing the branch and how there's hardly any bees up there at all. So they are coming, and they're all in the air, kind of, it's kind of neat to watch bees because they look so erratic, but there is kind of a method to their madness. They end up knowing where they're going eventually. So yeah, one thing to notice, and I'll back up here in just a little bit, is that as the video progresses towards the end, you will notice more and more bees in the air and more bees on the front of this box, going into the entrance down there at the bottom. So I'll just let you guys watch again. This is so cool, and I might even cut over to the original audio here, so just hang with me. Well, this is the first for Highway B35 here. Our first swarm. Again, this is probably one of our hives swarming, which is natural, especially with being beginners like we are. So this is a learning experience. I called one of my mentors. Luckily he picked right up, and I said, hey, this is just off from one of my hives. We got a swarm. He said, yep, it's probably yours. So we'll just call this a natural split. Actually I opened up one of the hives to steal some frames from it, and it's the weaker hive that we added the second box to just this spring, like 2 weeks ago. And on one of the frames there's a bunch of drone comb, but I also feel like, I'm pretty sure there was quite a few queen cups and maybe even a giant queen cell there. So I think that probably is the one that swarmed. Wow, look at all these bees. They are really getting in there now. I think that we're accomplishing our goal here.
Yeah, they're down up here, David.
Yeah, they're going in. This is really cool. Really neat to see. There's one on my hand. I don't know if you can see it. Took off. Very cool. Well, once these bees get in here and get settled, we're going to go up and build ourselves some more frames to put back in the other box. And actually we'll probably just build all the frames we've got so that we can make these bees a home. Alright, well, I think that's going to do it for the video. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you next time as we travel down Highway B35. Bye!